All right, Libra, welcome to your weekly sidereal forecast for August 24th through the 30th. My name is Athen. So we have a full moon this week, and it's happening in your fifth house of self-expression, creativity, fun, joy, children, creative arts, entrepreneurship, anything that essentially puts a smile on our face or that we enjoy out of life. And this is usually more of a culmination over the past 6 months. So for those of you who set off on a new project, a new business, for those of you who just recently had children or are involved with children in the family or at work or what have you, that kind of stuff can be culminating, and it can come to a high point this week. And it's going to be conjuncting up to Neptune. So it's been this importance of flow and trust in this whole process of the fifth house, whether it's, on a most fundamental level. This is the house of your self-expression. So it's been important over the past many years with Neptune transiting this fifth house for you guys to express yourself in a way that, allows you to have more peace and communicating spiritual an easiness about it, and to have surrender and trust that everything that is being created and expressed by you is in a sort of divine plan. And this can be, just really connecting to your intuition and speaking that intuition, expressing it, really allowing that compassion and empathy and intuitive energy to come through yourself, whether it is through that creative project, business, or whatever it is. So that's some important things here, because this full moon will be conjuncting Neptune for all of us, and I think we'll have an awareness, and this is just generally an awareness of your self-expression and what you really enjoy out of life. So some things there to consider, to think about, to maybe put some more energy into, to be aware of. And likewise, the 11th house. You guys had a new moon a week or two ago here, depending on when you're watching this video, with these new beginnings relating to friends or groups or networking, connecting to things larger than self, or even maybe the satisfaction that you derive from your work. And that is also a culmination point now. So that's a short-term culmination. These things will really start to culminate in about 6 months. So I recommend continuing to put energy into that this week, not only from the full moon, but really from these configurations. We're going to have the sun conjoining up to Jupiter Tuesday through Thursday here in that 11th house of yours. So there is a lot of opportunities. There has been over the past few months with Jupiter recently going in here to expand on that level of connecting, of networking, of maybe getting involved with technology or innovative things, progressiveness, community, social issues, whatever it might be, and learning more about that stuff, or expressing it lately and communicating it lately. So more opportunities with all of that. I think you guys on a general level will be feeling quite optimistic about those connections and those ideals, and new things can certainly shape up with that conjunction, mostly around Wednesday. So also this early part of the week, Mercury does sextile up to Saturn. So there has been a lot of thinking lately, since last week, recently, depending on when you're watching this, just recently, about the more spiritual side of things, making sure you are getting that rest and relaxation. And that's been so important for you Libras, because the North Node has been transiting this part of your chart for the past 2 years. So here it's been this life path energy, which has been helping you connect to that now moment, to that tranquility, to God. So this is now an activation point, a transformation point of that, when now Mercury goes over that North Node this week. And it helps you understand more about the importance of whatever this 12th house energy is for you, specifically, individually. And I really recommend applying it on a practical level, applying those spiritual things, that meditation, whatever. And through that, naturally, it will, like I said, create this shift of life path. And it's for the best. It's for your future. It's for the new beginnings. So with that being said, Saturn does sextile up to this part of the chart. So I think your sharp intellect, I think you guys can perhaps learn quite a bit about your dream space, about that intuition and all the spiritual things with just Mercury, but especially when Saturn sextiles up to Mercury here. And with all this responsibility that maybe you guys have been putting in over the past couple years with Saturn in the first house. Continuing with that discipline, that patience, hard work in your character, in your being. which you can now bring into these 12th house matters this week and implement, whether it's through your routine, your work. Mercury does naturally rule your 9th house, so it might be very philosophical in nature. Obviously rules that 12th, so spiritual in nature, meditating, whatever it is for you, whatever you do to relax, whatever you do to connect. So that's going to be the high point. And I think for you Libras, the fact that your ruler Venus is still retrograde will also be an important consideration, which is going to be this continuous reflection of self, which is always the case when our ruler goes retrograde. Internalizing, thinking about it, redoing things now, especially thinking about that, your visions, your ideals, groups and friends and stuff like that. Your ruler does get very close to Mars this week as the week unfolds. They'll go conjunct next week. So there is energy, there is drive, there's motivation that we'll be building. Your guys' energy level should be quite high right now at the moment in general with Mars at the top of your chart. So that will connect. That will help you share, whether, again, it's relationship oriented. Mars does rule your 7th. You might be more inclined to connect to new and existing relationships, whatever it might be, maybe to pursue some of the financial or material side of things with Mars ruling your 2nd. But in either case, that'll be next week, and I think there is that energy unfolding for you Libras. Maybe it's passionate, maybe it's attraction, maybe it's, in the romantic side or whatever, but it'll be prompting a lot more of that energy, which you can certainly keep putting into with work and career, and also with all of these 11th house matters. But the high point this week will be an awareness of what gives you passion, what gives you enjoyment, what's really important to you spiritually in life, and how to implement that, how to ground it. That's the North Node in that house, by utilizing a lot of this Saturnian discipline and pragmatism that's been embedded in your character, in your being over the past couple years with Saturn in the 1st. So have a nice week, Libra. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. If you're new to this form of astrology, do check the description. Since this is different from traditional tropical astrology, your sign might be different. So do check that out. And have a good week. Talk to you all next time.